Just stop comparing yourself to others. The only thing you have to compare is yourself to yourself. You have to compare yourself how things are going today and how they went yesterday. Where are you at right now at the moment, and where were you yesterday, or a week ago, or a month ago? If you became better, then you don't have to compare yourself to anyone. You don't have to compare to yourself to anyone if you became better with time. With time you became better, and that's it. You are already winning. You're already winning. But if you don't grow in any area of your life, and you compare yourself, like where you at right now and where you were like a month ago or a week ago or a year ago, and you didn't grow, then you better compare yourself to someone else, to someone you look up to someone who is living the life of your dreams. Because if you won't, you will end up staying at the same level as you are right now. But only compare if you do want to change. If you don't want to change and you are totally okay with where you're at right now, if it became worse, if you're okay with not getting better, don't compare yourself. Just stay still and don't do anything. Maybe it's your life. Maybe it's your story of your life. Like maybe you don't need this. Maybe you don't want this. Because when a person wants something, the person is gonna do something to change, to be better at something, to know more, to go deeper in some topics or something like this. So, comparing, what it brings you when you compare yourself to someone, especially when when you know that you have grown in some way, in some area, with time. What it brings you comparing to others when you are growing? It brings you depressedness. It brings you worthless of yourself. You feel useless, and you feel like shit. Because when you're comparing yourself to someone, you don't know what they have done, how much it took them to become who they are, and where they are right now. You don't know what it took them to become a person they are today. You don't know what it took, how much time it took them to become who they are at the moment. You don't know the behind story. You only see a beautiful picture, a beautiful scenarios that are like outside that they're showing, because they're not gonna show you everything. If it's not your like a really close friend, but I don't know, I'm not sure, even relatives, they're not telling you everything. They're not spilling every detail that is happening in their lives. And everything that we have is actually built with little details. So if you don't know those little details, you don't know the whole story. If you only know the ending, it doesn't mean that you know everything they've gone through, everything what it took them to become who they are right now and where they are right now. So yeah, comparing just brings you nothing good. Only bad feelings about yourself, and it brings you down. You might even end up in a depression if you do it constantly. You only have to compare yourself to someone when you know that you didn't grow. I don't mean if you comparing yourself like yourself today from yourself yesterday. I know you better do something every day to be better. But if you compared yourself today from yourself yesterday, and you feel like, oh, I haven't done anything, it's totally fine. You don't gotta compare yourself to someone else. But if it took you, I don't know, a week, at least a week, it's already enough for you to compare yourself to someone. If you wanna get something in your life, if you wanna reach something big and meaningful in your life, you gotta compare. Because what will bring you motivation? What will bring you a wanting to be better? You will compare yourself and you will feel like shit, and that's what is gonna push you to start doing something. You're gonna feel like, oh, I don't do anything. Like, am I really that lazy? Am I really that stupid to not move, to not do anything? That you even know what you gotta do, you're just not doing it. So when you will compare yourself, it will push you, it will help you to start again or to keep going. Comparing actually is not that bad, but you don't gotta do it constantly. And you don't gotta do it when you know that you are growing, when you know that you are better. It doesn't matter how much you're better. If you're already better, you're good. Just stop comparing. If you know that you are growing in some way in different areas of your life, just stop it. But if you know, if you know that you don't grow and you feel like it, and you sat down, wrote everything down, like how I felt, I don't know, a year ago, a month ago, what I had, what I did, and you wrote everything what you are doing right now, on what you are spending your time right now, what are you getting, what are the benefits that you are getting from your everyday routine right now, and if it's worse than you did a month ago, a week ago, a year ago, it doesn't matter, then you gotta change it. If you wanna get something in your life, if you wanna go big. So you gotta use compareness smartly. You don't gotta compare every time you're scrolling or watching something online. It's just, you just gotta be happy for those people whom are already achieved what you wanna achieve. You better look up to them. Maybe ask for them for some advices. Don't be scared to text them. Don't be scared to reach out to them, because they're just basically the same people as everyone. The only difference is that they are doing so many things that others are not doing. Like, their schedule is crazy. And even if it looks like they're always chilling and not doing anything, it's not like this. I mean, only if it's not like a children's of rich parents where they don't have to do anything. It is like this. When like parents give them money, but you know what? When your parents are really, really rich, you think that those children are living like the best life of their lives, the best life, the best days of their lives? I wouldn't say so. They also have struggles, they also have different conflicts that they have to go through every day, because mostly for teenagers it's really hard to stay humble when you know that you can flex something. And when parents raise them well and they still want to flex everything they have, it's they also going through some. Don't think that everything is easy. Not everything is easy. Almost nothing is easy that is big huge, and that is make people respect it. Because people won't respect things that they can tell that it was like easy given to someone. For example, are you not gonna respect someone who won Olympics? Of course you do. Are you not gonna respect someone who got, I don't know, the best grade or the highest uh, points at the test? Of course you're gonna respect them, because you're gonna be like, they put it time, they have put it effort, they disciplined themselves to not be lazy enough to do it constantly, and that's what makes me respect them. Even those people whom are filming TikToks, Reels, and that are popular, you think that they don't do anything? They do so much. You think that they are really want to film 5 videos a day like it's easy? They learned the concept. They learned what makes people stay in their pages, what makes people follow them, and they still do it. You think that it's easy to hear every day a ton of comments about you? Because a person don't gotta be commented. A person doesn't have to be commented, but they get commented by thousands or even millions people daily. It's not really easy for them to go through this, and they still do it. They still making something up in their minds for people to stay with them. They are still keeping up, showing up to events. They do so many things you don't even know, because you haven't lived even a day as they are living. So every person who have reached something by themselves, it's really important. It wasn't given them by nothing, just because they are existing. Every person who have reached something big, who have achieved something by themselves, and you can tell that it wasn't easy. And even if it looks easy, it doesn't mean that it's easy. They have achieved something that so many people can't achieve because of laziness, because those people who achieved discipline themselves. That's what takes respect. That's what makes people respect them, go for them, look up to them, because they know that they did so many things to become who they are right now and today. So when you're comparing yourself to someone, you gotta understand that you haven't been through what they've gone through. You don't know their routine, you don't know their struggles. So even if it looks like they are living the life of their dreams, it might be that it only looks like this. You don't know. So why are you comparing? Maybe you're comparing your life to someone's life, and you don't even know what is going on there. Like, it can be that you created a ton of scenarios in your head that they're living like this, but they're actually not living like this that you've created in your head. So it might be that you're comparing your life to your scenarios that you've created in your head. That is actually not true. So I can say that you might be comparing your life to the life that doesn't exist. And it actually doesn't make any sense. So comparing is only good to use when you know that you want to achieve something, but you are not achieving it because of your laziness. It might be even good to compare yourself, even if it's an imagination of someone's life, and it's not true that they're living this life, even if it's like your imagination and it's not true. It's good to compare your life to someone else if you want to achieve something and you know that you're not achieving because of your laziness. But the rest of the time, in other situations, comparing is not good. Comparing makes you feel bad, and it doesn't give you any motives to keep going. It doesn't give you any belief in yourself, but that's actually one of the main things to achieve something. You have to believe in yourself as no one else, like no one else. You know that you are your biggest fan and you are your biggest just you know that even if no one will tell you that you're doing great, keep going, you know that because of you know that you are strong enough, that you are good enough, that you are smart enough, that you are everything enough to achieve it. That's one of the main things, because you gotta make sure that you are sure in yourself that you can do something and achieve something. Because people are gonna hate. People are gonna tell you that it's not good, it's not for you, it's bad, it's gonna bring you this, and then you're not gonna like it. Don't listen to them. So people can compare you to someone, but you gotta make sure that you are not comparing yourself to someone. You gotta make sure that you only compare yourself to your past, to your to yourself that was and who you are right now. If you are better, you're doing good. Everybody has their own life. Everybody has their own life. Everybody has their own life. You don't gotta repeat someone's life. Why would you do that if you have yours? And if you're gonna love yourself and you're gonna make sure that you're doing everything for you to become the person who you wanna be, you're gonna love yourself much more and your life much more than that person's life that you were comparing yourself to. Because you're actually unique and you were created in the way to love yourself and to live your unique life. But everybody else has their own life. But everybody else has their own lives. And you don't know what's going on there. And you don't know what's gonna happen in your life. But I'm sure that your life is the best for you. If you make sure that you do everything that you know you gotta do to become who you wanna be. Even if you don't wanna be someone, become someone, you gotta make sure that you live the way that you wanna live. And you making some efforts to be the person who you wanna be. And it doesn't matter how much time it's gonna take you. Because why, I don't know why, but you are not letting these thoughts go to your head that your life might actually be much more interesting with time. Like it's gonna be like a bomb with time. It might even happen everything in one day that you were chasing, that you were working on. It might even happen in 1 hour, in 1 second, because it's life. and we don't know what is gonna be. You just gotta make sure that you do everything that you can. And I don't know why you're not letting this thought go in your head, that actually your life might be much better than someone else's life that you are comparing your life to. Just use compareness wisely. It also takes your time comparing yourself to someone, because if you do it constantly, you're gonna end up depressing and becoming useless and worthless and feeling like you're not enough, and it's bad for you. Because you gotta appreciate yourself, appreciate your work, but instead of appreciating your work, you're going online, watching others' lives, and comparing your life to someone else's life. You were better put this time to make efforts to become better at something, instead of just sitting and comparing your life to someone else's life. I know that it might feels like you're not doing enough, but it's totally fine. If you don't feel like you're doing enough, it doesn't mean that it is actually like this. It doesn't mean that it is actually like this. It's okay if you are having these feels and thoughts that I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing enough. And it means that you have a mind of a winner. Because if you always feel like you're not doing enough, it means that you will always grow. What and it's really beautiful. It's really beautifully made that if you always have thoughts and about that I'm not doing enough, it means that you have a mind of a winner, because it's never enough for you. And it's totally fine and okay. It doesn't mean that you are not doing enough. It only means that you have a mind of a winner. But if you actually don't do anything and you feel like you're not doing enough, it doesn't mean that you have a mind of a winner. It just means that you have a mind of a lazy person, and you gotta change that if you wanna get something in your life and achieve something in your life. And that's pretty much it. You gotta make sure that you are using that when you're comparing yourself to someone, you're doing it wisely. Only when you felt like you stopped doing it because of something, and uh, that's the only way you're gonna use compareness. In other ways, when you know that you're doing something and you see progress, it doesn't matter how much progress you've made, but you see progress and you can tell, and other people can tell. You don't even need other people telling you, but if other people also can tell that you have made some progress, but true people, not the fake ones, because there are some people that are always gonna tell you that you're doing great, that you're doing enough, that this outfit looks good on you, that you look great today, that you don't have those eye bags, that you don't have pimples or something like this, but you know that you do have pimples, that you do have eye bags, that this outfit doesn't really look good on you, or this hairstyle doesn't fit you, you know it and you can tell it, but you've asked them to see how they're gonna reply, and they're always replying that everything is good on you. Like, these are fake people, and I don't think that they are really close to you, because especially if you have older siblings, they're always gonna tell you the truth. So those are the best people to ask advice and a vision of, like, from the side, and because they're always gonna tell you the truth. But the ones who are always keep telling you that you are good, you're enough, you're doing great, they're being fake. It cannot be like this. You cannot be always good, great in something, with someone, with this hairstyle, with this color on your hair, with this out on in this outfit, something like this. It cannot be like this, because you are not a perfection. No one is a perfection. And it's good that we're not perfections, because if we would be perfections, it wouldn't be interesting to live this life. Because it is actually exciting, because you don't know what is waiting for you tomorrow, what is waiting for you in a year. You just gotta make sure that you're doing everything you can, and good times and good things are gonna come in your way if you making sure that you are doing everything you can, everything that is possible to you, and everything that is open to you, that is free to you. You make sure that you're using every responsibilities that you have, and you're doing good.